Hello my dear friends, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Travel Listen for You. Dear friends, as we are doing the introduction of anatomy, in the previous 9 or 10 lectures I have recorded about the body movements, body positions, right? About the introduction and history of anatomy, the branches of anatomy, the body plans we have discussed. And in this lecture we had discussed about the body cavities, and there was another picture too in which we discussed about the body cavities, right? Now in this lecture I am going to introduce the abdominal regions, that what are those regions which are present in the abdomen. So we are not, in this lecture we are not focusing on this image. We will make our concept regarding the abdominal regions, what are abdominal regions and what is their importance, right? Then we will move further forward to the organs which are placed in each region, right? We will move and see those organs, right? So first of all, let us discuss about abdominal regions. Abdominal regions. Friends, if you are watching for the first time, then please go and watch all those lectures regarding the introduction of anatomy that I have done, and I hope you will like them. So what are abdominal regions? Abdominal regions are the landmarks which have been drawn on the abdomen in order that we want to find, is there any problem in the abdomen and in which part of the abdomen there is the problem, right? So for inspection purpose, for clear understanding, right, if there is any problem in any part of the abdomen, so we have to locate that point, right? If there is the problem in the left hypochondric region, so we cannot say that the problem is in abdomen. So people will ask in which part of the abdomen the problem is, right? So in order to clear all those confusions, scientists and doctors have divided the whole abdomen into 9 different regions, right? So there are 9 regions in which we can divide our abdomen, right? So how many regions? 9 regions. So abdominal regions. Now look, I will draw here another picture and I will make this complicated picture very easy here. Then we will move towards every different region and the organs which are present in those regions, right? So let me make here a person, right? Here is one of our friends standing, and we will see right now his abdominal regions, right? Look carefully. Here is his sternum, right? Here is the sternum and here is his clavicle. Done. These are the clavicle bones. This is a very simplified diagram, friends, right? Here we have our iliac crest, right? This is our iliac crest, right? Okay. Here is our iliac bone, clear? Here and here we have 2 iliac bones, right? So anterior superior iliac spines and anterior superior iliac spines. So we don't need to go into the deep anatomy of that, but here I just want to clear to have the exact knowledge that how we create these regions in the abdomen, right? Here we have a ligament which is called the inguinal ligament. Clear, friends? Here is the inguinal ligament. Let me write the name. This is called the inguinal ligament. Clear? What is this, friend? This is our clavicle bone. Clavicle bone. Clear? Here is the umbilicus of the patient, of the person. Okay. Then what we have to do? We have to draw some imaginary lines which will show us, which will divide our abdomen into 9 regions. So how do we do that? Look carefully. Now the next important thing that we should know is, here is our diaphragm, right? This is our diaphragm. So above the diaphragm there is the thoracic cavity, below the diaphragm this is our abdominal cavity, and below abdominal cavity, as I told you in the previous lecture, there is our, yes, which cavity? There is our pelvic cavity. Okay, let's divide our abdomen into 9 regions. Look carefully. In order to divide the abdomen in 9 regions, we draw 2 vertical lines, right, and 2 horizontal lines. Okay, so I will write here number 1 point, 2 vertical lines. And what are these vertical lines called, and at which point are they drawn? So look carefully, my friends. This is our clavicle bone. So in the mid clavicular point, right, in the mid clavicular point and in the midpoint of the inguinal ligament, we draw an imaginary line, and this line is our first vertical line, right? Look carefully. So from where did we start it? We started from mid clavicular point up to the mid inguinal point, right? So this point is our mid clavicular point, mid clavicular point, done. And we came up to which point? We came up to mid inguinal ligament, mid inguinal ligament. Okay, then I told you 2 vertical lines, so the same case will be on the left side also, right, on the right side also. So here is the mid clavicular point, and we are going down like this up to the mid inguinal point. So this is our second vertical line, right? So again this is our mid clavicular point, and this is our mid inguinal point. Done. Then the 2 vertical lines. So the 2 vertical lines are, which are called what? The 2 vertical lines are called the right lateral line and left lateral line. So we call this line as the left lateral line, okay, and this one we call as the right lateral line. Clear, friends? So the 2 vertical lines will start at the mid clavicular point and will come down up to the mid inguinal ligament, right? So this is our, if this is present on the left side of mediastinum, we call it left lateral line, and if the same line is present on the right side of the sternum or midpoint or mediastinum, we call it the right lateral line. Done. Then we draw the 2 horizontal lines. So the first lateral line is called the left lateral line, and the second one is called the right lateral line. Clear? Then 2 horizontal lines. 2 horizontal lines. Okay, let's do it. Here is our first horizontal line, and I will show you the exact position of this line, that where does this line passes, right? The first horizontal line. Then here is, my dear friends, our second horizontal line. Okay, if you want to know about it exactly, where does this second horizontal line passes? So it exactly passes through the iliac crest, right? Like this. That's why we call it transtubercular line. So how many lines? How many horizontal? 2 horizontal. Okay, the first one is called the transpyloric, as it crosses the pylorus of the stomach, as you can see here. So that's why we call it transpyloric. So transpyloric line, the first one. Okay, I will tell about it another point. Then the second one is called the transtubercular line, as this line passes through the tubercles which are present in the crest of the iliac bones, right? So this line is called the transtubercular line. Clear, friends? Okay, then if we relate this line and this line to the posterior, to the vertebral column, right? If we have here our vertebral column and the lines are going here, right? So the first line, the transpyloric line, will be at the lower border of the L1 vertebra, right? So I will write here, it begins, it is drawn, right? It is drawn at the lower border of L1 vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae number 1, and the transtubercular line is drawn at the upper border of L5. So this is our L5. So at the upper border of L5 vertebra, this line is drawn, right? So I will write here upper border of L5. Clear, friends? Okay, done. We are done with it. Now let's name all these positions, right? So what did we do? Look, in order to divide the abdomen into into 9 regions, what we have to do? We have to draw some imaginary lines. Look, the imaginary lines are 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines, right? The vertical lines are called the left lateral line and the right lateral line. The left and right both starts at the mid clavicular point, right, and moves down to the mid inguinal ligament or point. Done. Then the horizontal lines, one will pass through the pylorus, that's why we call it transpyloric line, and it will be at the lower border of the L1. Then there is the transtubercular line, and it will be at the upper border of L5. Clear, friends? So how many regions are formed? There are 9 regions formed. Let's name all these 9 regions. So let me remove this part, right? Look carefully. At this point where your umbilicus is present, this region is called your umbilical region. Okay, the first region, umbilical. Then this region is above your gastrum, above your stomach. That's why we call this region as epigastric region, right? I'm writing it a little bit smaller, don't worry. We will explain all these positions there again. So epigastric region, done. Then below the umbilicus region, there is hypogastric region. Hypogastric, right? Hypogastric. So epigastric, umbilical, hypogastric. The first thing, they are lying in the midline of the body, right? Okay. Then this and this on both sides of the umbilical region, there are the left lumbar region, and here is your right lumbar region. Clear, friends? Above the lumbar region, there are right and left hypochondric. Hypo means below. Chondr means these cartilages, right? These cartilages which are in relation to the costal bones, right? So if we put our hand here, we will move in, below the your ribs or your chondr, right? So that's why we call these areas as hypochondric regions. So this is our left hypochondric, right? Left hypochondric, and this is our right hypochondric. I hope you have confusions in this small writing, but don't worry, I will name all these areas again, right? Then if we see below the lumbar regions, these are iliac fossas, right? So there are iliac regions, right? So this is our right iliac region, right iliac region, right? And this will be our left iliac region. Done. So how many regions? There are about 9 regions in which your abdomen has been divided by our beloved doctors, right? So we draw two vertical and two horizontal lines in order to create these 9 regions. So if we put this picture here, look carefully, this is our epigastric region, right? This is our umbilical region, this is our hypogastric region, this is our left hypochondric, right? As here will be your condors or your ribs, right? So left hypochondric, left lumbar, left iliac, right lumbar, right hypochondric, right? So in the next lecture I will discuss about the organs which are present in each regions. So I hope you got about the abdominal regions. I hope you learned it, and I hope how you learned that how we draw all these lines in order to create the abdominal regions. So see you in the next lecture regarding the organs or visceras which are present in different abdominal regions. Thank you so much.